Is Eastern or Western Dragon better, and which one should you choose from your fruit token or trade for? You will find the answer in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to the video guide. Alright guys, so the completely untransformed form is the exact same on both of them. So it doesn't matter if you're only going to be using the untransformed form, which one you choose, because it is the exact same. You're going to have a cannon, Infernal Pincer, which is basically just a combo extending move. Draconic Sword, which if you click on someone, it's another combo extending move. Then you have Scorching Downfall, which if you hold it down, which I just failed. If you hold it down, actually is a pretty good damage ability that just does damage in AoE. So the untransformed version of both of these fruits are the exact same. So if you're just going to be using it untransformed, it literally doesn't matter what you choose. All right, so we're going to be starting off with Western Dragon. So obviously Western Dragon is the one that isn't the long skinny boy. It is this. So of course, I have a skin, by the way. It's blue. I actually love this. It looks amazing. But okay, so let's start off with Western here. So both of their Z moves are actually exactly the same. If you charge them the max, they're going to have a massive AoE attached to them. They do a lot of damage. Their Z move is the exact same between them, but the differences start when it comes to the X move. So for Western, Infernal Pincer here has an AoE move that is instant. It is quite frankly insanely good, both for PvEP and PvE content, just because the AoE is massive. It's pretty much going to hit whoever you aim it at, so they're going to get hit by it nonetheless. Before we get to the rest of the abilities, they both have M1s. The M1 does a lot of damage. They are exactly the same between them, so there's no difference. But yeah, Infernal Pincer is quite nice. Another difference is going to be Scorching Downfall. Now, Scorching Downfall for Western Dragon is a ranged AoE move that does more damage than Eastern, but it's like, I would say it's less consistent. You guys will see what I mean when I actually show you Eastern. But for Western Dragon, Scorching Downfall it's a ranged move instead of being melee. Like, not melee, it's still ranged, I guess. But you can fire it far away from you. So I would say that this one is better for PvP. PvE, you probably actually want the close range one since people are actually coming to you. But for PvP content, this Scorching Downfall, the ranged one, is definitely better. Now, for Draconic Sword, I'm pretty sure Draconic Sword is... Let's see here. I'm pretty sure it's the same. No, it's different. So this one is a combo extending move that launches them directly into the ground, which actually you could follow up with Scorching Downfall Heatwave Cannon. So quite frankly, like, it's an insane PvP combo. You just Draconic Sword, Scorching Downfall Heatwave Cannon, Infernal Pincer. Does a ton of damage, nearly one shots, and if it doesn't, you could probably just follow up with M1 combo. It's like Western Dragon, it seems to be like, in my opinion, I would borderline say Western Dragon is like the PvP. Like, if you're going to be PvPing with Dragon, it's better to use Western. But there is a case for saying Eastern is better, as I'll explain when I actually go into the Eastern one. But yeah, so basically, TLDR, long story short, Infernal Pincer is instead a massive AoE move on Western that does a lot of damage. Scorching Downfall is now ranged, and it does a bit more damage. And Draconic Sword is a dash move that actually combo extends for Western. It is also worth saying that the Western hitbox is significantly bigger than Eastern, if that actually matters to you. Alright, so for Eastern here, obviously, the transformation is actually different. So instead of an explosion, it's kind of like you go into a circle. Like I said before, Heatwave Cannon is the exact same. It honestly looks a lot better on Eastern Dragon. So if you care about visuals, Eastern Dragon is definitely better, because Eastern Dragon definitely looks better in terms of like the abilities and things like that. So Infernal Pincer, instead of being the AoE move that launches you in front of you, instead it's a move that dashes around you, and it actually has a attack at the end that does a bit of damage. I will say this is better for PvE content, just because it will actually lock them in place, just so you can follow them up with like other moves afterwards, of course. You guys will see when I show you Scorching Downfall why I think it's better for PvE content. But for PvE, this Infernal Pincer is better. For PvP, the other Infernal Pincer is better. So Scorching Downfall, this is like the biggest difference between them in my opinion. Scorching Downfall is instead, you have to hold it down in place, and instead of being a ranged move, it does it only around you. Now, if you care about that's like something that just needed to be said. One is ranged, one only goes around you. So there's that. But for PvE, like I said before, I do think it is better, because it is easier to get people to go around you and just hold the ability down than it is to like attack someone from range, and then you have to make sure they stay inside the circle like the enemy, the mob, does. While mobs normally just instantly go to you, which is why I think this one's better for PvE. So Draconic Sword, I can't quite use this correctly, but I'm pretty sure it is also a combo extending move. The hitbox on it seems to be way smaller, by the way. Yeah, so it is fairly similar. I'm pretty sure Draconic Sword, it is fairly similar. But instead of being a click move, you hold it down. Yeah. So you hold it down and you can make someone like go somewhere after you bring them up in the air, slam them down. The other one is definitely better for PvP. I wouldn't even use this one for PvE. I think this move is just strictly worse. So here's my consensus on it. And feel free to debate in the comments below why, like, you guys think which is which. Oh yeah, something else about Eastern I forgot to say. The hitbox on Eastern is significantly smaller than Western. So that's something that needed to be said. I was PvPing with it. The hitbox is way smaller. So here's my opinion on it, right? I think Western is the better overall pick for just content in general. Because if you're going to be PvPing, you always choose Western, right? If you're going to be doing PvE, technically this one's better, but in case you ever do any PvP in the future, it's just better to have Western, in my opinion. But it is also worth mentioning that if you're going to be mainly doing PvE content, you should probably choose Eastern, or if you just like the look better. Like, at the end of the day, you just choose the one you like more. Also, in terms of value, Eastern is currently more than Western, just because I'm sure people just like the look of Eastern more than the look of Western, which is the reason why Eastern is worth more in value. But in my opinion, Western is the one you should pick if you just care about, like, PvP, or if you want to throw a little PvE into it. Eastern Dragon is only PvE content. You can PvP with it. It's still absurdly good at PvP. Don't get me wrong. It's still insanely good at PvP content. It's just not as good as Western. Even though the moves are extremely similar, I do think Western has a significant edge over this dragon. But yeah, do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to join my Discord. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe and notifications on. Peace out.